Welcome back. It's 6:43 on Daybreak, and it's time for an age-old holiday tradition.
And an unknown story, or celebrate Western New York. You take your pick. This weekend, many Easter baskets will no doubt have a bit of Buffalo history in them, or at least a tradition.
Science has discovered many answers, but there are still a number of mysteries that remain unsolved. Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, how the pyramids were built, and of course, who invented sponge candy? Some say the British with their cinder toffee. Others might say Cadbury's Crunchy Bar was the first. But here in Western New York, we know better.
That's what they say, but I've never seen a piece of sponge candy out of Europe that looks like ours.
Joe Urban is the owner of Platter's Chocolate in North Tonawanda.
Some people in New England have this thing called sea foam. They say it's like sponge, but it really isn't. It's Buffalo sponge is very unique.
Urban says since it started popping up in candy shops across Buffalo in the 1940s, sponge candy has been as much a Buffalo staple as chicken wings and beef on weck.
The crispness and the tightness of the bubbles inside of the sponge candy, as opposed to big and crusty and crumbles in your mouth. This just it's crisp and then it melts.
And he took me into the candy lab to show me how the magic happens.
It's 26 pounds of corn syrup, 30 pounds of sugar, and a gallon of water. And we give it a little heat and a little love here for about 40 minutes. And then it's ready to take off and mix in the special ingredients that turn into sponge candy.
It's like a science lesson, isn't it?
It is.
What turns it from corn syrup to sponge candy, other than heat and love?
The biggest thing is baking soda. Without baking soda, it doesn't happen.
It then rises in these huge bins, is cut up, and down the line it goes for not one, but 2 showers of chocolate. And along with Christmas, this is their busiest time of year. Platters puts out about 150,000 to 200,000 pounds a year, all of it processed by hand by these dedicated chocolatiers.
Hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands?
Probably, yeah.
So how many pieces do you eat before they go in the bag?
It depends what kind of sponge it is.
So, while the unknown story of the birth of sponge candy will remain, well, unknown, this Queen City confection is no doubt a Western New York tradition.
Sometimes it gets a little emotional. I've been in this business since I was 4 years old. Grew up in the business, and to see where we're at now and how many people are our brand advocates around the country that love Platters, that love sponge candy, it's emotional. We're not just a candy company, we're a part of a tradition.
And before you ask, yes, they sent some samples. They're in the newsroom, and I think they're all gone.
I was greeted this morning by the smell of the
sponge
fresh
candy and
chocolate.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so good. It's always so interesting to kind of peel back the curtain and see how they make it. It makes you feel like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.